Woke up racing against a ghost, chasing the things that I need the most. But the more I ran, the less I found, just the hollow echo of a frantic sound. I told the mirror I'm a busy man, like a grain of gold in a desert of sand. But the gold is gone and the sand is dry, and I'm tired of living a sprint of a lie. So I'm resigning from the race today. I'm letting the minutes just drift away. No more, maybe later, or I'm running late. I'm clearing the shadows off of my plate. I'm trading the important for the true. I'm finding the sky in a shade of blue. I'm letting go of the hurry, the noise, and the war. And I'm finally standing where my feet are. Clock on the wall is a heavy chain, measuring life by the stress and the strain. They say time is money, well I've spent it all, building a ladder to a windowless wall. But the tea is steam in a ceramic cup, and for the first time in years I'm looking up. The world didn't end when I slowed my pace. It just found its color, it found its grace. So I'm resigning from the race today. I'm letting the minutes just drift away. No more, maybe later, or I'm running late. I'm clearing the shadows off of my plate. I'm trading the important for the true. I'm finding the sky in a shade of blue. I'm letting go of the hurry, the noise, and the war. And I'm finally standing where my feet are. Silence used to be a thing I feared, a mirror where the jagged edges appeared. But now it's a garden, now it's a home, the only place where I'm never alone. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. That's what this life is all about. Yeah, I'm resigning from the race today. I'm watching the shadows just melt away. No more, maybe later, or I'm running late. I've got nothing to prove and nothing to hate. I'm trading the important for the true. I'm finding the soul in the middle of you. I'm letting go of the hurry, the noise, and the war. And I'm finally standing where my feet are. Where my feet are. Not in the next star, not in the last year, right here.
Hello everyone. I want to start with the question: how many times this week have you answered the question, how are you, with the word busy? In our modern world, busy has come a badge of honor. It's our default setting, a way to signal that we are important and needed. But today, I want to challenge that. I want to talk about what hurry actually is, where it comes from, and why choosing to let go of the rush might be the most productive thing you ever do for your mental well-being. What is hurry anyway? First, let's define our terms. There is a huge difference between having a full life and having a hurried life. Activity is a physical state. It's simply doing things. But hurry is a psychological state. It is that nagging feeling of being behind. The low-grade anxiety that there isn't enough time, and the mental chatter that pulls you into the next hour before you even finished this one. The philosopher Dallas Willard once said that hurry is the great enemy of spiritual life. It is a state of emergency that we have mistakenly adopted as a lifestyle. So, who is to blame for this? No one invented hurry in a laboratory, but history shaped it. Before the Industrial Revolution, humans lived by the sun and the seasons. We worked when there was light and rested when there wasn't. But then came the mechanical clock and factory shifts. Suddenly, there was no longer a rhythm, it was a commodity. Time became money. In the 20th century, efficiency experts turned humans into cogs in a machine, trying to squeeze every second out of the day. Today, the modern inventor of your hurry is likely the smartphone in your pocket, a device that ensures you are reachable 24/7, creating a never-ending to-do list that follows you into your bedroom and onto your vacations. If we hate being stressed, why do we stay so busy? Usually it's driven by three things. First, society. We equate busyness with importance. If I'm not busy, I fear I'm not successful. Second, expectations. The pressure to be the perfect professional, the perfect parent, and the perfect friend all at once. But thirdly, and this is the hard truth, is avoidance. Sometimes we stay busy because we are afraid of what we'll feel if we actually stop. In the silence, we have to face our own thoughts, our worries, and our identity outside of what we do. What happens if you decide to quit the hurry? It's not about doing less, it's about being more. When you drop the internal rush, your mental well-being transforms. Physiologically, your cortisol levels drop. You move out of fight or flight mode and into a state where your body can actually recover. Your relationships improve because you are finally present. You actually hear what people are saying instead of checking your watch. Even your creativity returns. A hurried mind cannot innovate. Great ideas need white space, that quiet boredom we've tried so hard to eliminate. So, can you give up hurry? Yes, but it's practice, not a one-time event. It starts with setting boundaries and learning to say no without feeling the need to provide a long excuse. Most importantly, it requires changing your vocabulary. Try to stop saying I don't have time and start saying it's not a priority. It's a much more honest way to live. I leave you with this challenge. Tomorrow morning, try to do just one thing. like drinking your coffee or walking to your car without looking at your phone or thinking about the next task. Experience what it's like to simply be where your feet are. Thank you. See you in the next video.